Hello and welcome to the Quincy Access Television Studios. I'm Mark Crosby. I want to thank you personally for joining me here today. Today we will be looking at Wreaths Across America. That's a program, that's a nationwide program. Quincy has taken part in the program in the past. Quincy will be taking part this year as well. And joining me to talk about the program, if you don't know what the program is, she will explain that, and talk about how it potentially may change this year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Joining me is Christine Cugini. She is the coordinator for Wreaths Across America in Quincy. Christine, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me today, Mark.
I know we talked about this, I wish you were physically here in the studio doing things this way. Yes, it gets it done, but it's not as pleasing as it would be to have you in the studio. But thank you for taking the time and for joining us remotely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you.
So I talked about briefly about the program, that it has been part of Quincy in the past. Quincy is participating in Wreaths Across America this year as well. But again, for those folks who don't know what the program is, maybe haven't taken part in the past, just give a brief history if you could.
Oh, absolutely. This is our third year doing Wreaths Across America. This will be our second year with our goal to place a wreath, a remembrance wreath, on all of our veterans' graves here in Quincy. Quincy has 7,300 veterans buried across 7 cemeteries, and that's what we'll do on December 19th.
Correct.
Hopefully.
The date this year is December 19th. It is a Saturday. Talk about, I guess, what really was the genesis of this program.
From just the Quincy standpoint, I had gone to Arlington National Cemetery in 2017 and was so touched and moved by being able to remember and honor our veterans by placing a wreath on National Wreaths Across America Day that I thought for sure Quincy would be open, and they have been these past 3 years. Everybody is very honored to be part of it and to join on the day for the ceremony and to be placing the wreaths on the veterans' graves during that time.
And it has, as you had mentioned, 3 years, and 3 years ago, it has grown ever since. I mean, that first year there was great participation, second year even more, third year even more, to the point that additional cemeteries were included.
Absolutely. So we started out with just Mount Wollaston the first year, just to kind of see where we would be, both in fundraising and volunteer community outreach. And honestly, the first year I think we had over 300 volunteers. The second year, very close to 500, if not more, because we had volunteers outside of Mount Wollaston placing wreaths at the same time. So this year, it'll be different, but we'll get it done. Planning is going to be interesting, to say the least.
Everything is a challenge this year. It's difficult to really plan anything, of course, because of the pandemic.
Yes. So basically where we're at right now is National Wreaths Across America Day is Saturday, December 19th. Our wreaths will be, we'll have a brief ceremony on that day, and then followed by placing the wreaths on the veterans' graves. We may have to spread people out to different cemeteries where we kind of just offered you to go wherever you felt comfortable going. But this year we may need to track where everybody is. We also will have to probably have a sign-in so that we know who's there, we know how many people are there, and just keeping track that way. We'll also, there's a potential of maybe having to lay the wreaths over several days rather than trying to get it done in one day. So again, nothing is in stone right now. We have to be very flexible when it comes to this day and the planning and we just we hope that we can get it done the best way and the safest way, of course.
And you and I spoke about updating this particular program as more information becomes available, as things change. Certainly, we can put that out there as Quincy Access Television as well.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, that'd be great.
So we are recording this on November 9th. You are looking for donations for the wreaths?
Absolutely. We're currently at about 30%, maybe about 35 with donations I know that should be coming in. And of course, we want to hit 100. What happens if we don't hit 100? We don't hit 100, and there'll be veterans that could possibly not have a wreath placed on their grave. What we will do, though, is start with the grave specific. So when people make donations, they can go in, if it's a family member that they know they want a wreath to be placed, they can do a grave specific wreath, and we'll have to start there and then go from that point out to then place the wreaths on non-grave specific graves.
When we're talking about donations, what is the cost for someone to buy a wreath to be placed?
So we're lucky we have a fundraising group here in Quincy, and it's out of one of the posts. And what happens is when you have a fundraising group, the cost of the wreath is decreased. So a normal wreath is $15, but when you go through the fundraising group, it actually brings the cost down to $10. So if you were to donate $60, you get 6 wreaths instead of the 4. So it's very helpful that way.
We will, in just a moment, show some video of, I believe, last year, or it might even be the year prior. And one of the things, as we're getting ready to show this video, one of the things that was so moving to me is that really everybody was involved. Young children, families, older adults. It really brought everybody together for something that we should all do every day anyway, and that's remember veterans.
As a veteran myself, I think it's important to really kind of get everybody involved. But what touches me the most is to see those kids, to see those sports teams out there from the high schools, from the grammar schools, the track teams, the girls hockey team, to come together as a team and to participate in this event together is just so moving. It's
for everyone. It's for every veteran that has passed.
Every veteran that has passed. And they all deserve to be remembered and honored on that day.
Certainly, they certainly do.
There's things that we can do if we don't hit that goal. We can still go to their grave and say their name and thank them for their service.
And that's what we will show in just a moment. I believe we're about ready to show that. And folks will get to see exactly how the wreaths are placed and the prayers that are said by the graveside.
James R. McIntyre. Thank you for your service.
Joseph P. Harrington. Thank you.
Bates.
What an amazing event. And at the end, when all the wreaths have been laid, it's just, and to kind of step back and see the big picture, it's amazing and it's moving. It's quite moving.
It really is, to drive by. And I went to all the cemeteries last year to see what they looked like. And it's breathtaking, and it is, it just touches you. And it's something that's really close, I think, to a lot of people right now.
So in addition to funds that are needed to purchase the wreaths, volunteers are needed.
Absolutely, volunteers. There's a volunteer section on the website, the Wreaths Across America website, where you can sign up. And of course, you don't have to sign up. You can show up, but we will be tracking who's coming in.
Talk about ways, the website being a way to get more information. There is also a telephone number for folks to call, and there is an email address.
Absolutely. So the website is wreathsacrossamerica.org. No, actually, I think it might be .com.
I should know that too. Let's see. It is wreathsacrossamerica.org.
Org. Okay, great. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
And on there, there's ways to donate and to sign up, and we'll be updating the website there as well with the specifics for the ceremony and the needs of, as a volunteer, what you have to do. And of course, masks will be required.
Good point. Thank you for stressing that. Also, 617-376-1194 if anyone has any questions.
Any questions? And then the email address is quinzywaa@gmail.com. quinzywaa@gmail.com.
And talk about the development, the existence now of a P.O. box.
So interesting. I felt it would probably be a lot easier to have one location for people to send either questions or donations. It's important, instead of sending it to a home. I just wanted it. This is truly, we're going to continue with this, and a P.O. box needed to be created. So it's just a little bit easier on the donation side of it.
And would you like to give out that P.O. box for
Absolutely.
folks?
So it's Quincy, Wreaths Across America, at P.O. Box 690432, Quincy, Massachusetts 02269.
I do want to go back to, the statement of the organization. Its mission, Wreaths Across America, is to remember, to honor, and to teach.
To teach, yes. And that really brings in the kids. There's, if you have young children, and there's a lot of information on the website that teaches the children, and there's coloring books that you can download for the kids. There's the 10 words that make up a veteran, and they really bring that into the actual wreath, because there's 10 balsam leaves that are that create the actual wreath, and then each wreath is designated by a word that describes a veteran. So it's pretty interesting when they really do bring it all together.
I would assume that this wouldn't surprise you, how it really has, the organization here in Quincy has really taken off. Quincy, one of the things Quincy does well, Quincy does remember its veterans. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because just in the time that we've started this here in Quincy, National Wreaths Across America had 1,700 locations across the United States, and now they have 2,100. So they're growing so fast, and it's great because then maybe it'll be done everywhere without really a thought. It should just be done. And hopefully at some point that just might happen.
And of course, without the pandemic, simply we would have expected things to continue the same or possibly even grow this year in the city. And I'm sure it's true across the country. I mean, this pandemic has affected everyone.
Everyone, everywhere.
As we close, again, I just want to, I guess, talk about the importance of why you and I are speaking today. It's to let folks know that Wreaths Across America will be taking place here in Quincy. It will take place on December 19th. We we need funding for those wreaths, and we need volunteers. So once again, if you could go over the contact for folks to submit, and to, again, if they have questions, to either send an email or give a call.
Absolutely. So my contact information is, the email address is quincyWAA@gmail.com. The Quincy Wreaths Across America P.O. Box is Quincy Wreaths Across America, P.O. Box 690432, Quincy, Mass. 02269. The website for Wreaths Across America is wreathsacrossamerica.org. That's where you can make a donation online. If you don't feel comfortable, and a lot of people don't, if you don't feel comfortable making a donation online, you can always you can contact me at the phone number or the email address, and I can either get it picked up or you can mail it to the P.O. Box. However you feel comfortable is just fine. Fundraising, which is probably the fundraising closes December 1st. So although Wreaths Across America Day is December 19th, the fundraising has to close prior to that so that they can get the trucks and everything loaded for everybody throughout the country. So fundraising closes December 1st.
Very good. Thank you for saying that. And as I had mentioned to you, we will air this program quite often on both of our channels here, QATV Channel 8 and QATV Channel 9. We also will feature it on our website, and that is qatv.org.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your help with this. This is great.
I want to thank you, Christine, for joining me, at least remotely, and hope to see you on the 19th. Quincy Access
Absolutely.
Television would like to be there as we have been in the past, and certainly call upon me for any updates to this particular program.
I absolutely will, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Take care.
You too.
And thank you at home for watching. You have been watching a program of Quincy Access Television. Please continue to watch QATV for more locally produced programming.